Portal is a series of first-person puzzle platform video games developed by Valve set in the Half-Life universe. In today's video, I will be discussing the Portal Iceberg, which will have 5 levels. Let's get right to it. The Lab Rat comic is a graphic novel which gives us a perspective of an Aperture Science lab worker with a history of schizophrenia who survives GLaDOS' attempt to murder everyone in the facility with a neurotoxin when first turned on. The 2005 beta of Portal largely took design cues from Half-Life 2, especially Nova Prospect. Most notably, instead of being guided through the facility by GLaDOS, the player was to navigate the facility and eventually escape. In the final escape map, the player would have to search for car batteries to power a locked door while avoiding hazards such as turrets and fires. In early 2006, so the transition was made from the Nova Prospect design to a cleaner, more sci-fi look. The Portal 2 beta was originally a game known as F-Stop, which would have been a prequel to Portal. F-Stop was Valve's original plan for Portal 2 and would take place during Aperture's early days. Instead of GLaDOS being the antagonist, it would be Cave Johnson. Also, instead of there being portals, there would be a new mechanic which was known as F-Stop. Sadly, it is highly unknown what or how the mechanic worked. Portal Stories Mail is a Portal 2 single-player mod developed by Prison Game Studios and released on June 25, 2015. This mod tells the story of Mel, who meets a new personality core and faces an undiscovered threat to the Aperture facility, Aegis. Portal Still Alive is the port of the original Portal game on Xbox 360. It was exclusively released on Xbox Live Arcade on October 22, 2008. In the port, there are no additional story-related levels, making this port non-canon. Aperture Tag is a 2014 first-person puzzle platforming video game developed by the Aperture Tag team. Originally made as a mod of Valve's Portal series, it was released on July 15, 2014. The promised cake in Portal 1 technically exists. However, the lie resides in receiving the cake after the test. In Portal 2, people have pointed out the several similarities the characters in the story has to Greek mythology. One being that heaven is a cornfield, which has made people theorize that Chell died after Portal 2, most likely from being sucked out of space at the end of the game. One of the large theories surrounding the companion cube is that it contains dead bodies. If you would like more details on this, check out Game Theory's video on it. Many people have pointed out that they saw Ratman sneaking past the turrets here. However, this has been disproven, and is in fact one of the Franken turrets. This was an ARG-style website used to promote Portal, and was eventually updated to promote Portal 2. Although the facility we play in is located in Michigan, it is known that Aperture has another facility located in Ohio. Not much is known about it. In the Lab Rat comic, you can see the HEV and medical charges, and even a gravity gun. It is unknown whether Aperture stole it or invented it. In 1968, Aperture CEO Cave Johnson attended court hearings regarding Aperture Science involvement with the disappearance of astronauts, likely due to many of them not returning from testing. This is a theory where Caroline and Cave make up GLaDOS. This can be seen through personality, where Cave has no regard for human life, and Caroline being the sweet side of GLaDOS during the end of Portal 2. This is all speculation. I couldn't find much information apart from this concept art of F-Stop. This statement is just wrong. In 2010, Valve showed a demo of Portal 2 at E3. The only difference in the maps is Wheatley's voice actor and some props in the map.
On the side of her chamber is a sealed off place. The place they didn't want nobody to find. And that's where we're going.
This has been a question asked by many. So, is everything sentient in Aperture? A lot of things point it to be that way. The way the wall panels interact, the pain the turrets feel, the personality cores, GLaDOS. One of the things that GLaDOS says points it to be that way.
The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak.
Supposedly, this map was supposed to be a hallway filled with Aperture's history but was cut from the game. While GLaDOS is addressing the rules of using the portal gun, she cuts off while explaining the third rule.
Do not touch the operational end of the device. Do not look directly at the operational end of the device. Do not submerge the device in liquid, even partially. Most importantly, under no circumstances should you...
Android Hell is mentioned in Portal 1 by GLaDOS, and it is unknown where it is or if it even exists. I couldn't find any information on this, and it could be referencing the beginning sequence of Portal 2. In Portal 2, there is a chance to spot a head crab in the elevator shaft. This is the only image I found. In Portal, there is a missing test chamber known as Test Chamber A12. It is unknown what was to be introduced. Some say ceiling turrets, others say infinite life energy pellets. I couldn't find any information on this, and I'm speculating that it means that there were multiple people who survived the neurotoxin incident. In Portal 1, the ambience used sounds from Half-Life 2 Citadel, which further made Aperture more sinister. Aperture invented lasers in 1998, however they're not seen in Portal 1. This isn't really shown in the second game, however it is shown in Portal 1. An example of this being the extreme isolation you go through, which eventually gets you to feel affectionate towards a companion cube, which you then have to incinerate. In the Flash version of Portal, the Borealis can be seen. I couldn't find any information on this. This is a theory where the personality cores are the mind scans of scientists working at Aperture, but there isn't much evidence to prove it. The walking turret was a Century variant that was cut late in the development of Portal. I couldn't find any information on this. In the Cave Johnson and Caroline portrait, a face can be seen in the corner. This is an achievement you get from playing Portal 1's 6 advanced maps. These are signs that can be seen all around old Aperture, meaning that it was possible for a flood of goo to occur. This is a theory surrounding the tech of Portal 1. An example being the Citadel sounds within the facility, and the high energy pellet sharing a close resemblance to the Combine's dark energy balls. This is a theory where the Space Corps has the minds of the astronauts that went missing in 1968. This is a theory where supposedly Aperture dug too deep that they unleashed a curse which followed Aperture's downfall and eventually Cave Johnson's death. In the Portal 2 beta, the player was meant to find Cave Johnson hooked up to a machine. I couldn't find much information other than Portal 2 being a sequel. In Portal 1, if you go into one of the Ratman dens, you can see a picture of Cave Johnson's face covered with a companion cube. In the Xbox port, Portal Still Alive, you can see the tubes with multiple clones of Chell, which has made people wonder whether Chell really is the original or a clone. In the early animations of Portal 2, you can see a personality core become crab-like.
Wheatley crab!
In Portal 1, there is no Test Chamber 20, but it could be referencing the final battle with GLaDOS. This is a theory where Chell slept for 9 years, and what supports this theory is that the announcer glitches out after saying 9. This is another theory where Portal 3 was cancelled due to causing some dimensional leakage leading to contact with extra-dimensional beings. Yes, this final one is bonkers. Anyways, that's the end of today's video. If I missed anything or got anything wrong, make sure to tell me in the comments. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and bye.